Dear students, our today's lecture is devoted to formative assessment. Criteria-based assessment includes two models of assessment. The first one is formative assessment, the second one is summative assessment. In our today's lecture, we will consider formative assessment as a model of criteria-based assessment. So, in this lecture, we are going to answer the following questions. What is formative assessment? What is the purpose and principles of formative assessment? When it is carried out? Who is informed? What is the role of a teacher? And what is the role of the student? What are the forms of assessment? Formative assessment is a type of assessment that provides feedback between learners and teachers and allows adapting timely the learning process without scoring and allocating marks. If we consider the principles of formative assessment, so that is a part of teaching and learning. It covers all learning objectives, including the learning objectives for all grades are shown in the course plans for subject. Assessment is not indicated. Achievements of learning objectives is determined in accordance with assessment criteria. Feedback is provided on the progress of each learner separately, and formative assessment results are used to improve the quality of education subject program. Of course, criteria assessment is based on and is aimed at improving and enhancing the quality of education.
So it is clear that formative assessment is one of the most powerful tools in modern education. Unlike summative assessment, which evaluates learning at the end of a unit or course, formative assessment focuses on the process of learning itself. It is ongoing, interactive, and designed to help both teachers and students improve teaching and learning in real time. This diagram illustrates the key components that define formative assessment and explain how it functions within the classroom. At the center, we see formative assessment, which can be described as assessment for learning rather than assessment of learning. Its main purpose is to provide continuous feedback that supports students' growth and helps teachers adapt instruction to meet learners' needs. The first component is learning goals. Formative assessment begins with clearly defined learning goals. Students should understand what they are expected to learn, why it matters, and how their progress will be measured. When learning goals are transparent, students become more motivated and can take ownership of their learning. Teachers, in turn, use these goals to design meaningful tasks that align with curriculum objectives. The second component is continuous feedback. Feedback is the heart of formative assessment. It provides students with timely, specific information about their performance, what they are doing well, and also what needs to be improved. Effective feedback focuses not on grades but on guidance. How can I do better next time? This helps learners identify gaps and develop strategies for self-improvement. The third component is student involvement. Formative assessment encourages active participation. Students are not passive recipients of feedback. They become partners in the learning process. Self-assessment, peer assessment, and reflection activities allow them to monitor their own progress and set personal goals. When students engage in assessment, they build metacognitive skills, the ability to think about their own thinking and learning. The fourth component is teacher reflection. Formative assessment provides valuable insights for teachers. By analyzing students' performance and feedback, teachers reflect on their instructional strategies and identify what works or needs adjustment. This reflection helps teachers to refine their methods and personalize instruction for diverse learners. Next, we have adjustment of teaching. Based on the data gathered from formative assessment, assessment, teacher can take immediate instructional changes, revisiting difficult topics, offering additional practice, or introducing alternative explanations. In this way, assessment and instruction become a continuous cycle that promotes improvements. Finally, the sixth component is improvement of learning outcomes. The ultimate goal of formative assessment is to enhance learning. When teachers and students work together in a feedback-rich environment, learning becomes deeper, more engaging, and more effective. Students develop critical thinking, confidence, and independence, qualities essential for lifelong learning.
So let's discuss the role of the teacher in formative assessment and forms of carrying out assessment. So the role of the teacher is clearly prescribes the assessment criteria according to the learning objectives. Yeah, the teacher develops tasks according to the assessment criteria. So the tasks and assessment criteria is closely connected to each other. The teacher develops descriptions of the tasks. The teacher provides effective feedback to learners, to each student separately. The teacher makes adjustments in learning and assessment. If we speak about the forms of carrying out the assessment, it might be individual, in pairs, in groups, and in transferable groups. So, the important elements of effective formative assessment are learning objectives, of course, from curriculum, assessment criteria, for example, related to the Bloom taxonomy or on the base of Bloom taxonomy, tasks, descriptions, and feedback. Only the group of these all elements will bring us to the correct, appropriate outcome and result. Thank you very much for your attention.